Tischler, founder of New Horizons Golf Approach. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how the weight shift works in the golf swing and how we coordinate that with our footwork. If we look at the weight shift actions, there's a few general types of weight shift actions. We can have more of a twisting or torquing one where we feel like our feet are actually torquing into the ground. We can have more of a rock, symmetrical or push down, symmetrical type of weight shift that feels very much the same going back as it does coming through, right foot to left foot. It's a very symmetrical type of action. We also have a driving action, an action where we feel much more load during the backswing, than a more symmetrical move would have, but we really feel that load in the backswing, and then from there, we're really pushing off or driving off of the right side. And we've seen these types of weight shifts in the great players throughout history. At one point in time, almost every golfer was loading the right side and pushing off, and we'd see that right heel come way off the ground because that was the move that drivers tend to do in their golf swing. We've also seen the rock type of action. Byron Nelson promoted it. We can see it in players like Tom Watson, who had actually worked with Byron Nelson a lot. But we've also seen the torquing type of weight shift. Players like Bernard Longer had a very torquing type of weight shift in his golf swing. Even Sam Snead. Sam Snead's weight shift, even though his heel came off the ground, his weight worked in a circular manner. It went around to his right heel in the backswing. Coming down, it rotated into the ball of the right foot. It went across to the ball of the left foot, and then it went around to his heel. So he had much more of a rotary type of weight shift action or a torquing type of weight shift action. So let's look at a couple of these and see what they look like. So if you're going to be a twister, what you want to feel is during the backswing that you have that weight twisting inside the ball of your left foot, and it goes around to the heel of your right foot. So this is that very twisting, torquing type of weight shift. Loads inside the ball of the left foot and loads on the heel of the right foot during the backswing. As we come forward, we feel it twisting forward into the ball of the right foot and then around to the heel of the left foot as we go through to the finish. So that looks something like this. So that's more the twister's version of moving their weight in the golf swing. Okay, so what about the symmetrical golfer? What do we see them do? Well, there's a variety of symmetrical moves. They're simply pushing down and pushing down. That's what I feel like I do. I'm a center anchor golfer, and I find that symmetrical push down works really good for me. Golfers that do that, we see a little bit of the heels coming off the ground. As they push down on the right foot, the heel of the left foot comes off the ground. As they push down on the left foot, the heel of the right foot comes off the ground. Some people's heels may move very slightly, but this is something we see in the push down move. So as I get set up and I want to make that push down move, it looks something like this. I demonstrated a partial swing there so you can simply see how that push down move worked. Well, the more standard symmetrical move that we've seen throughout the years is more the rocking type of weight shift. This is where we see the rocking chair image of Byron Nelson or Tom Watson. That looks something like this. So again, the rocking chair version is also a symmetrical version. We see that in a lot of center anchor golfers as well. If you feel like you're a rocker, that's okay. It's a good weight shift to use. Okay, what about the drivers? Guys that drive their weight shift, it happens in basically two manners. We're seeing now players that get set up and they more preload that weight on that right sided address. So now as they go back, they feel like they're primarily loaded in the right side. As they come through, they're going to push off of that right side or drive off that right side coming through. So if you feel like you're more of a loader of the right side and you drive your weight, that's okay. It's one of the weight shift actions that's very valid, and it looks something like this. Now, some golfers that drive the weight, they're going to set up more neutral, load the weight into the right side going back, and then drive that weight coming forward. So that's a little bit different version of the driver's weight shift. We also see it happening out there. It looks like this. What I find is the key really to understanding what weight shift works best for you is understanding how it matches your anchor. We see front anchor golfers primarily do the best with more of a twisting type of weight shift. We see center anchor golfers have more of a symmetrical type of weight shift in their golf swing. And we see right anchor golfers do much better driving off the right side. I recommend, if you're a right anchor golfer, to go ahead and preload that weight on the right side. Learn to drive off that right side using your head as an anchor. When I demonstrated the two driving versions, the one where I actually moved to load into the right side and then drove coming forward, that shot was actually a little fat. The club grounded behind the ball. The reason is I never restored exactly back to where I started. If I start in a preloaded position and my head counterbalances that and I just stay there as I'm driving, that club can ground right back where it started in a very consistent manner. So again, realize there are different types of weight shift actions. You need to find the type of weight shift action that fits you. And there's more varieties than what I've mentioned here today. I just want you to get the point out there that there are different types of weight shift actions. And I recommend that you find an action that matches your swing anchor. And on top of that, it also matches the swing action you have. If you're a thrower, we may see a little more drift or float in that weight shift. If you're a swinger, it's going to be more rotary. If you're a hitter, it's a little more stable going back, and then it drives coming through. So again, figure out what weight shift fits you, match that weight shift to your swing anchor, and match it to your swing action, and you're going to find out you're going to have a nice powerful motion because your weight's going to be working for you.